5'4" to 5'6" Hispanic male. Come on, people. Come on. So I took this as far as I could go. I had no intentions on filing a lawsuit. I had no intentions. I wanted my justice, and I wanted it right now. That's why I took it all the way. You gotta fight for your rights, especially if you're a person of color. You have to take it all the way. You have to file paperwork. You cannot be afraid of these monsters. You know, that wear badges. You know, that how can they sleep at night? How can they go home to their families? They don't even interact with the community. There's no community involvement. Yeah, they do the little fundraising, do stuff with the kids, but there's no community involvement with them. They're out there getting a paycheck while they're murdering us at the same time and getting paid vacations. Look at Keith Notice. Look at James Chassie. Look at Kendra James. And all the others that follow. If we want change, we gotta make it a stand right here and now. Racism is not going away. I'm sorry. If there's any prejudices in this room at this time, if you're racist against anyone in this room right now, leave now. Because this is not what we're here about. We're here to make a change.
Thank you.
There's too many people that are getting murdered. It doesn't matter what color, what race you are, what ethnicity, what religion, what belief you are, trans. It doesn't matter. Wrong is wrong. I took it all the way to the federal courts. I had really no support. Marion was there. She supported me. She got on the witness stand and supported me. And got chased out of the courtroom.
Some of dirty tricks.
Michelle Mott, she supported me. She was there. She got chased out of there as well. People were being bullied there. Laura Vanderman was there. She was there for support. Teresa Redford was there for my support. Where was the rest of the city? You know?
Organizations.
Yeah, these so-called organizations. I've been out there
I was
at
in
this
school, but I wanted to go.
I told plenty of people. People knew. You know? If anyone's about justice, you should have been at my trial. You know, and seen the fiasco and the charades that was up there. You know? It was a circus. Those officers got up there and lied under oath. Officer Baldwin even said, well, she has mental illness because she's out there screaming her rights and exercising her constitutional rights. She has mental illness.
Yeah.
Who are you to say? You're not a doctor, you're not a psychiatrist to tell me that I have mental illness.
Yeah.
You can't diagnose me.
Yeah.
He stood up and said, yes, I opened the Miss Haynes up like this and like that. He said that on the witness stand. He said that. It was a hung jury and a mistrial. The second trial I went to, it was just as worse. The judge would not give the jury instructions for self-defense. There is a self-defense law, and he would not give that. Had he done that, I would have won.
And what was the judge's name?
Excuse me?
What was the judge's name?
Marco Hernandez.
Marco Hernandez.
Yes.
Former DA.
Did Paul Meyer testify in the second trial as well?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Is that a
Against-
conflict of interest?
Against you, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yes.
As an expert witness.
They had the so-called investigator that Jim Rice paid to investigate what happened with the mail theft, and she's like, yes, and Jim was like, yes, she gets paid $150 an hour to do her job. We pay her $150 an hour to investigate this mail theft. Yes, this goes on. This goes on.
Where does that money come from, right? Where
It comes
does that
from-
money?
That's
I know. This is what I know.
And that's what
I
I said.
know.
What I said, they made me say something that I said on Facebook. They made me say that on the witness stand yes, where's Jamie Troy at? Where's what's her name? Can't even think of her name right now. Well, we're all these people that are on the city council and the CRC. They're all patting their pockets, they're in bed with each other, and nothing's getting done. We go to city council meetings, and speak and talk and nothing gets done. And while they go to lunch off of our tax dollars and nothing's getting done around here. Well, I'm sick of it and I've had enough. If you support me, help me file paperwork. Let's get accountability now. Let's do a joint lawsuit across this whole map in the state of Oregon. Let's get something done. Let's get these officers off the payroll.
Yes.
Let's do that. If you support me in my cause, I survived.
How can you be contacted? Do you have a Facebook page or?
I have a Facebook, but I'm going to be getting off of that. It's called Freedom Riders Justice for All page, and that's a public page.
Wait, what is it? Slower?
Freedom Riders Justice for All.
Okay.
Yes.
Lisa,
Yes.
thank you very, very much. Clay has a follow-up comment.
I just want to say one more thing.
I'm sorry.
I filed the appeal because on my second trial, the officers got off. Okay, so I filed an appeal. I got my appeal in court right now through the courts, and the Ninth Circuit Court, the Supreme Court said that they're not too happy with what's going on in my case, and that the government is going to pay for everything because I'm pro se. All my expenses, court expenses, because this is a substantial one, because I was right and asking for a self-defense instructions. It's in the Supreme Court right now. I have an attorney, his name is Rankin Johnson. Thank you.
Thank you.
For listening.
Thank you.
I was at the CRC meeting when Lisa presented her case. And my public comment, I remember vividly. But not only I remember my public comment vividly, so does Elmore. He called it a zinger. What I said then was that you can argue about whether you had just cause to search her, probable cause to search her. What you cannot argue about is once you searched her backpack and you found she had no mail stolen from any mailbox, that was the time to apologize, number one, and say, sorry ma'am, we were conducting an investigation. We needed to set you free from any suspicion, and then wish you well, wish you on your way. They didn't like my explanation of what should have happened. So when they went to trial, they persisted in everything that they had said in the CRC, which I found extremely troubling, because it felt to me like the police officers used the CRC hearing to bolster themselves, bolster each other, sort of weave together a tighter fabric of the presentation that they felt like they had won. It distressed me that Elmore, an advisor on the COAB, was there testifying against a person that I thought we were clear from the CRC. And it troubled me enormously that a second person, Officer Meyer, focused on the fact that police officers look at the totality of the situation. He must have said it 10 or 20 times if he said it once. He said over and over and over again, by the totality of the circumstances. And what totality was that? She wore black.
Exactly, that was it.
Right.
That was it. That was
That's
the
it.
total totality of the facts. But by hammering it over and over and presenting his smooth, smiling face to the jury, somehow that ended up becoming expert testimony. I remain troubled about this case for another reason. And you might call it a good reason, I suppose. But Lisa not only told her story to the CRC, she not only told her story in court, She also came to the AMA Coalition and told her story. And her story has never varied. So how she leaves a court besmirched and her sense of rightness and all smeared and smooshed around like that, I find it very troubling. So frankly, Lisa, I'm very glad that you are so stubborn and so persistent, because as traumatized as you are still fighting not just for your rights, but for the rights of all citizens. And maybe the last and final thing that I want to say that really hurt my sense of rightness as far as the Bill of Rights is concerned. The police used the Fifth Amendment to protect themselves enormously, but they trash our Fourth Amendment rights enormously. And when she said she didn't want to be searched, they would not listen to her. And so I'm hearing a cry from the entire community that says we're going to have the Bill of Rights. It's going to have to be cleared out there for everybody that's in Portland, and that the police officer can't monopolize the Fifth Amendment for themselves. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I think Laura was next.
Thank you. I just wanted to say, being at that trial, I'm glad that you brought that up. What I found disturbing is, so Officer Winkle was new. He was a new training. And it seemed to me like it was almost all agreed with all the police officers, that I just felt, just from the way that the police officers were all kind of talking the same language, that this is kind of a